Okay, YouTube fans, so here we have Battle Cat. This thing is absolutely immense, huge really. It barely fits in my set, so you'll have to bear with while I try to do this quick, I say quick, it's going to take a while, unboxing, first thoughts and reveal. So without ado, here we go into the deep end. No cheating, let's do it all the way. First things first, this thing is exceptionally heavy. I'm being very careful here to cut across the edge of each of the, and we'll fold it open to see what we can reveal. There we go. This reminds me of that case in Indiana Jones, you know, the one, Ark of the Covenant. And they open that up. So we'll see what's in that Ark. There we go. Pops and unbox. And you can see there you've got heads, which are bloody hell, that's heavy. You've got heads at the top here. So you've got different heads. You've got the Cringer head, top right. You've got a battle head. You've got a baby calf, a baby Cringer. Put to one side. And then you've got in here protected, rightly so, because this thing does cost a lot, even for what it is. So let's see how it is first out the box. Wow, you're heavy. You're not going anywhere near a top shelf. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, and so there's been reports of the head coming off quite easily. Straight away out the box, the head comes off. And that, hopefully that will stay on. Just take this off. The armour does undo, which you can have as well. I'll take all this out here. This is to protect it all during, protect the paint really during the transportation of it. Might have to unclip it underneath here. If that unclips, that unclip there. Yeah. I haven't read any instructions for this, so I'm just working this out as we go along. As you do, more styrofoam packaging there to protect. And it's obviously got the Mattel trademark there. So far, so good. What we'll have to do is we'll take everything out of the box, I think, and then we'll have to move things around. So there's the traditional head that comes with it. Obviously got a tiger head. Let's take out and have a look. Oh, so the jaw moves as well. So the jaw does move on that. As you can see, the jaw moves on all of them. Particularly the jaw. Tongue doesn't move. It's fairly similar in the sense. I thought it was actually just a helmet that you change, but it's actually the entire head. So they believed that it was easier to swap out the head than the armour. So that one opens again fully, so you can have them all. Someone displayed the heads actually. So all the heads, no, they're different actually. So without his helmet on, it's a much wider mane here, as you can see. Overall though, they are the same. These ones are very similar. You've just got different style battle mask, the full battle mask with the half battle mask, which makes it a bit lighter. His ears poke out as well. So I'll put those down there. And then finally, obviously, you get the Cringer head, which is starting to come out already. So that doesn't open. Sorry, knocking the light, I haven't got much space here. So there you go. So I guess he looks it's fairly similar in size. It's just the look, it's just the mane, the teeth, the eyes. It's actually got bigger nose and bigger eyes, doesn't he, when he's Cringer? It's quite funny. Bigger facial expressions makes him look cuter. Because that's what you do with animals in cartoons, they make them look cuter, and then that means they won't attack you. So I'm going to put this to one side. Oh yeah, we've got baby Cringer. So we'll move this back into front here. We've got baby Cringer as well. So how do you get all this off of here? Does it come off? Is it pull? Does that pull out? There we go, it pulls out there. You've got these bits here for him into. Right, so people have been having trouble, as I said, with this, which is the neck, the headpiece. So let's get him into a sort of pose, shall we? Feet on the ground. Oh, feet on the ground. Oh, it's individually articulated claws as well. Really quite cool. And we'll get his main head, which, as you can see, it's a hexagonal. They're all hexagonal. You push it on there, and then that should stay. So that's on, and then this is the challenge. Is that every time you move it, it does want to come off. It does feel like it should be tighter. You're gonna make me rub your belly, aren't you? So you want to scratch your belly. There we go. As all cats, they say, do, right? What's best for this? Forward or back? I guess it's the best to go. Again, I don't know if these come off or not. They don't look like they come off right. So how are you meant to get these off? Like, and that head's just come off again, which is really going to infuriate me. You pay all that money for something which you want to be secure, and then how did these come off? So leather straps. Oh, come on. They're so tight. So I'm trying to wiggle that, loosen that, get it to come off. There we go. So wiggle, the trick is to wiggle it. So we get the headless cat up again. And we'll try this angle here. So wiggle this, as you wiggle that, pull that, and it should, oh, it's coming. There we go. If you take nothing else from this review, take the wiggle technique. Does it for me, it will do it for you. So the legs go forward and back, don't appear to go out, claws articulate, obviously joints there, which are bloody hell, they're tight. So the hips change, so you could raise himself up if you wanted. The tail doesn't really, it wiggles a little bit, there's not much articulation there. So this is like pretty much almost articulated statue, in my opinion. So we'll put the different heads on. We'll do that one last. We'll put the Cringer head on. So that must come off then. This armor must come off then. Must be a way to look at. Oh, I'm not going to bother doing that today. But you've got the Cringer head, which the paint looks ever so slightly different. You can see that. It looks slightly lighter on the Cringer head. But that actually moves well. Feels like it stays there. There's Battle Cringer, as they say. Battle Cringer? Is that a thing? The back legs, back claws, do not articulate. They are single there. So, Battle Cringer. You've got the, this one is obviously, this one's quite cool. It looks like a proper tiger, like as you imagine a tiger to be in the wild with. Again, I'll show you all the different heads so you can see which one's your favourite. So it'd be quite cool to display the heads actually. If you had mounts, if you were able to 3D print mounts for these, that'd be quite cool. So that's this one here. And that actually does look quite cool and stays on there. And you can have a mother baby, couldn't you? Sort of look. Jaw does go all the way back. I guess that's right if you want to like get it around someone's torso potentially if he's in battle, which is good. That one stays on fairly well. Let's check out the alternative battle mask. What we'll do after that, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTubes, we'll get He-Man and we'll see how that interacts. So that works quite well again. Right, maybe it's just out of the box, it's just a little bit, that's a bit of polystyrene. So it comes in polystyrene, obviously. The box is very heavy, so they give you 2 little handles to actually lift it up as well, which is good. So we can do that as well. So how you want to articulate everything, up to you really. And take that one off. Oh, these are weighty. These are very weighty. Not the camera again, no space. So that's got a bit of movement there. So you can move with that. So I would say jam it on good. And the challenge as well is because this one's quite a big. You can see that straight away. Like I think it's where that touches on this. Potentially, it's hard to because it is one piece. That's hard to stay on. So if that stays back, that might give it a little bit of no. That's hard to do. Push it on really good there. Oh, it comes off. I think that's because of because of the armor, the helmet. I think that's what it is. If you move it, it's in good there. Yeah, but then it gets loose when it touches, when it pinches against this. And that's what it is. Can we get him to ride up on his back legs? Does he ride up? I don't know how you'd actually get to pose. You'd have to get him on a rock or something because his hips do move. But I don't think you can get him to stand on his hind legs. We'll give it a go. We like doing difficult things on this channel. Trust me, you should watch our show Friday night. That's difficult to manage as it is. So, he almost stands on his tail. He's not going to do this. He's so heavy, torso heavy. Like that is like the weight that can't support. You need a rock or something for him to get a play set that look really cool for him to come down on something. That look really cool. That would. So, and there goes the head. So you know what? It's really annoying having that head. Let's go for this one actually. Come on, stay on that. That stays on much better. Again, I think it's the helmet. So, you know, your toy, have it how you want, as Emgo always says. More polystyrene. Let's get He-Man anyway. That's been enough of me ranting and mucking the camera up. So here we go. So this is the He-Man I've got. This is the new one. It's got the Battle Cat on there as well, as you can see. So this isn't the Time Edition because I missed out on that one. I had a look and I couldn't find one at a reasonable price. I think it was when I was looking at it, and this was on order, Battle Cat that is. It was not released yet, so this is brand new out of the box. They arrived together, came in. So whether if you're buying these in the UK, you will pay a customs charge on top of any other charges that you have. It comes in the same. Is it sealed? Oh, there we go. So he comes again with all the bits and pieces that you get with these new figures to help transport them. And here he is. And I haven't actually got He-Man. This is my first one, which is why I bought this one, because I don't actually I wanted the He-Man, and I didn't want him in his. Let's just take a moment to reflect on this. I moved the camera, by the way, because I need more space. Let's take a moment to reflect on He-Man on his day at Niagara Falls. There you go. And you pose with your puppy and your Battle Cat. As you do. He-Man at Niagara Falls. Oh, that does come off. So that unclips like that, so that's a bit easier. If you wanted to undress He-Man, that's actually quite fairy. Yeah, this is sorry, apologies. I haven't got a He-Man toy, so It's the first time I've actually let me play one of these. So this is obviously, that's like a coarse fur. And yet these boots here, that's quite soft and fluffy. That's the sort of thing you'd want to make a nice pillow in your lounge out of to sit on. That's more something that you rub your feet on. So why would you choose that for your loincloth and then the fluffy bits for your boots? Like, that's the face I'd have. Like, that's the face I would have as well. Like, I'm not sure about this attire. But anyway, he is his own man. He has made that choice. So he comes with, does he come with an extra head? Yes, this is it, right? So the time edition comes with a few extra heads. This guy comes with one, so let's take his head off. And we'll show what's in the box. So you get Sword of Power, clearly. You get the alternative head sculpt, which is this loincloth is really irritating me head sculpt. So I'll put that on because that would make sense if I had that loincloth. I'd have a face like that as well. Will you stand? Does he come? They come with the display stand as well. So I've got Skeletor on the display stand. He comes with his, I've got buff arms and shoulders, look. So I need to adjust that. And then you probably want him to have, comes with a couple of different hands. Are you actually going to stand? You're going to stand. Okay. So very quickly, he comes with his battle axe. For that, he comes with a dagger as well, if you like that. He comes with a shield, which is wedged in there, as you can tell from the sound. Shield, which is in the back in actually. Then he comes with 3 hands, which is interesting. He comes with a pointing hand, or if he's got a booger up his nose hand, or an itch, which he has a itchy loincloth. And then he comes with a hand if he needs to have a quick comfort break, or if he needs to hold something like his sword and his shield. So we're probably going to have the pointing hand, because that's quite cool. I love a pointer. So I just want to point that out. So he can point at the place he wants to go to, which means he would be a lefty. So all you left brain thinkers out there, left hand people, he knows quite creative, that means, if he's a left hand thinker. So we'll put his sword, I know I'm saying sword by the way if you're not used to that in the channel. Catch our show Friday nights, Transformers the show. This is a quick spin out because we do like things outside of just that. And there he is. He's a bit right. And we're going to try and get him back on Battle Cake. So he feels like he's improved upon Skeletor I got, because Skeletor got this hand always pops off. Skeletor's lefty as well, by the way. Creative thinker. He can do his, he says he can do his night fever. So let's do a bit of night fever, night fever. We know how to do it. Don't we, don't we? And then we're going to bring Battle Cat. Should we turn this around? Would that be? Maneuver the head. Watch it fall off. Yeah, won't fall off. Just be aware of that. And we have those, that claw raised a little. There we go. We'll put him on. Can he just, so everything comes out the box fairly tight, which is something to be aware of, like manoeuvring this particular joint here. His right front leg was quite a challenge the first time. It wouldn't bend, so things can be quite tight, so it's always worth coming and checking. And then if you've got any issues, raise my Mondo, which is why I tend to do these videos, because I've got proof then around what's happened. So you're gonna turn, you're gonna point, You're going to have that sword there. You're going to look up so you can take your head off again, and bloody hell, you're hard to deal with, aren't you? Heavy as hell. Right, just sit behind again. Right. Let's try you again. Okay. There. That's pretty good. Yeah. Overall, he sits there quite well. He's secure. Who else would he be pointing at, really? Like, if he's pointing at someone, it's probably going to be the Lord of Evil. No, I don't mean Jamie from our show. I mean Skelebob. Oh, sorry, your cackle hand is just covering your face. So, yeah, that's quite good. I've got a little display area now for them. So I'll, if you follow the channel, I'll probably put a picture online. So, of these guys displayed. Is he worth the money? It's, you know, it's a one-off piece, right? You know, would I prefer a statue which is movable? Possibly. Have a sim one that I like? No. So, yeah, I'll see how they get on the shelf. And the good thing about things like this, if you don't like it, you can always sell it on. And they're sure He-Man's underpants, and he's kind of stuck with those. So, what's the Skeletors like? Even they're soft. Like, I don't know. Like, why? Anyway, Alexis Transformers a Show. This has been my mini review of the He-Man. I wouldn't pay anything more for this, I would say. I would say that I wanted it. I really wanted it. Because it was that, you know, I haven't got this. If you haven't got this and you've got the smaller version, like the, I would say there's nothing wrong with that. You know, these are just blown up versions of them, really. If you really like this scale and you can support it, and you can do something with it and display it correctly, because you've got to display it correctly, and you've got disposable income. I've got, this has had some faults, but it's okay. Like, I'm sure the newer version will be fixed. It's more like the connecting ports, right? And the way that they stand, hence where they come with this stand here, right? He's fallen off my shelf a couple of times. I've had to catch him, like quite almost Sixth Sense style, which I have every time, luckily. So they're going to go somewhere low, because they do weigh a lot, right? You don't want this falling on anything. So, but it's really well done. The paintwork on this, like, you can't fault. They did package it well. Yeah, I think it's really cool for what it is. Yeah, so this is, again, Alexis Transformers a Show. Tune in Friday nights, 8 o'clock, and I'll see you then. Bye all.